Hi, thanks for coming to my channel, I really appreciate it. This is the first video of several where I'm going to teach you how to play Can't Help Falling in Love with You. It's a great piece, it's a relatively easy level, but beautiful nonetheless and well known. Of course, obviously by Elvis, one of his great many songs. So I hope you enjoy this series and get something from it. And please remember to like, subscribe and share if you do. Thanks a lot. To start the piece, we start with two G's on the 6th and 1st strings at the 3rd fret. Third finger on the 6th string and the little finger on the 1st string. The playing hand, we're using A and P. Fingers on the right hand, the playing hand, your 1st, 2nd and 3rd finger is known as I, M and A. So we start with A on the top string, your P on the 6th string. You just play those outside strings. Then immediately 3rd string open and the 2nd string open back to the 3rd string, which is the accompanying part of the melody. So that's it, that's the beginning. And as you're doing that, you're viewing in your mind's eye your 4th finger being at the 10th fret and a barre right across at the 7th fret. And then once you've landed there, exactly the same for this hand. So it's a good idea to go from there to there several times without even playing, so your hand gets used to where it's going to. And another tip, when you move up the fretboard, freeze frame your hand. Okay, the frets here are slightly narrower, slight adjustment, but as you're in slow motion, as your hand moves up, it pretty much stays the same. Just do it a few times until you get the flow. Then we go back to the starting position but without the bass note. In other words, to there, no 3rd finger. And again you're playing exactly the same notes here. And then you finish with a bass note by itself. So from here, just like in my mind's eye I was thinking about there, when you're playing here you're thinking about there. So you start there, come to here, go back. 3rd finger on, back, 3rd finger off. The next part, as you're playing this, you're thinking of going to here. That's why we've gone across the 3 strings. Those accompanying notes are coming up after that. So if I take it from where we've come back up and it's the 6th string open, and then from there we're just moving 4th finger back a fret, a little bit of a stretch to the 3rd fret of the 6th string with the 1st finger. There's no barre because we're playing open strings in a minute. So 6 and 1 together, then those same open strings, 2nd and 3rd strings. Then we move the 4th finger back 2 frets and we're playing the 4th string open with it. So the accompanying notes are A, 2nd fret, 3rd string, D, 3rd fret, 2nd string with the 2nd finger. But in actual fact, the first thing you need is that finger to go to there. So I call that fingers just in time. The priority is to play that melody note and the 4th string open. And those could come on a split second later. And that's the following part, just the bass and the accompanying strings again. So what I did there, I put those fingers on straight away. So it's a preference whether you want to do fingers just in time or come straight on. Everyone's different. Play around with the two methods. After a while, when you get used to the piece, this hand will do what it wants to do without you really thinking about it. And then from there, we go to bass C, 5th string, 3rd fret, top string, accompanying notes, 3rd string open, and then C on the 2nd string. If you think of a C chord, we're kind of coming into a C chord but minus the 2nd finger in the middle. In your mind's eye, you're thinking this. As you're playing now, think that. And again, you can either go to 2 C's immediately or fingers just in time. So you can drop down at the last minute. Up to you. And then we're going to a D7. Again, can be fingers just in time or straight to the chord. My focus is the 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, the F sharp, because that's very important to make sure you land that properly and play it in time. And then from there we just move the 2nd finger 1 string across the 4th string, same fret number, 2. Drop the 4th finger down onto the 3rd fret, play those 2 with P and A, then the 6th string open and the 3rd string open, and then we're moving to the 5th fret, all 3 fingers across, playing that with the 5th string, make a nice sweet sound. You can either roll that off slightly or you could do it crisp. I personally prefer a bit of a roll off. Similar to before, that stretch position, back 2 to that position, and then back to the starting position.